Hello and welcome to the first of our flip sessions. Now remember, as with all of these videos, you can stop them, pause them, rewind them, anything that you've got any problems with, just have a look at it again. Okay, so if I ask you to do 3 times 27 in your head, the chances are that you would split up 27 into 20 and 7 and you'd multiply them separately by 3. Essentially what you've done is you've split up the 27 and then you've multiplied the 3 by 20, then you've multiplied the 3 by 7 and you've added them together. And the same thing happens when you're expanding brackets or multiplying out brackets with algebra in. First of all, the 3 times by the x to make 3x, but then just like you did up here, you didn't just multiply 3 by 20, you also multiplied 3 by 7. Down here, you do multiply the 3 by the x, but you also multiply the 3 by the 5 to get 3x plus 15. All you've done is you've expanded the brackets. We don't know what x is. We certainly can't add 3 of them onto 15. This is as good as it gets, but we have expanded the brackets. It just means multiplying out the brackets. So if I look at a couple of examples, what I need to remember is the 2 multiplies by the x to give 2x, and the 2 also multiplies by the 6 to give 12. If we look at this example down here, again the 2 multiplies by the x to give 2x. The 2 also multiplies, by the negative 6, so it gives minus 12. Now some people just say, oh well, because there's a negative there, it means it's a minus here. And that does work. It doesn't work for everything, unfortunately. But for these ones it will. Going on to some slightly more complicated one, 2x times by 3, that's 6x, because it's 3 lots of 2x. 3 lots of 2x, of course, makes 6x. So we've done the 2x times by 3. We also have to do the 2x times by y, which just equals 2xy. Because we know we're multiplying these things, but we never write the times sign. So what we would want to do is 2x times by y, but we never write that times sign, so it just becomes 2xy. And finally, x multiplies by the x to give x squared, and x multiplies by the 11 to give 11x. So there are some examples. Remember, you can rewind to this point at any time. I'm going to set you some questions. What I'd like you to do is press pause and then you can come back for the answers. So, there we go. There are the questions I'd like you to try. If you press pause now, and then we'll go through the answers. Okay, so now you've pressed play because you've completed them. I'm going to go through the answers, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to do it verbally because the pen won't work on this PowerPoint. So we should have 4x plus 8, 9x plus 54, 3x plus 6, and 6x plus 30. Moving on to the second section here, we should have 5x minus 45, 11x minus 66, 4x minus 12. Finally, on to this last and harder section, we should have 2xy plus 12x, we should have 3xy plus 6x, we should have 3xy plus, we should have 3xy plus 10x, and finally, the last question, x squared plus 3x. Hope you could do that and look forward to seeing you tomorrow.